Hey guys, so if you missed today, we are going to have our first mini pre recorded lesson just in case you need to go back in time if I was going too fast. So today is the first day of Unit 1. We are talking about the four major classes of biological molecules. So last week we spoke about how all living organisms, so anything that is biotic, has to go through the 8 life processes with the acronym STRNGR. Now, in order for these processes to occur, we need the presence of biological molecules. There are four that we are going to be talking about today. So today's essential question is what makes a biological compound and why are they important? So let's get started. All right. So it says here, all living organisms require the presence of biological molecules in various forms to survive. So no matter if you are a plant, bacteria, a human, a dog, whatever you are, you need the presence of these four biological molecules. Obviously, the way in which I have my molecules is going to be arranged differently in me as compared to a plant. These molecules that we are going to talk about, again, help organisms to complete those 8 STRNGR essential life processes. Now, these molecules, they are either synthesized, which means built up in your body, or ingested, which means consumed. So a lot of these molecules we get by eating. All right, and this is just a little practice, as you guys see down here on the different STRNGR processes. So just a quick recap, which I will not be going through. You have the slides on Canvas. All right, so in order for it to be a biological molecule, the biological molecule has to have something called a carbon-hydrogen bond. This means that the biological molecule has a carbon atom and a hydrogen atom that are connected to each other. So if you guys are looking at this picture down here, this gray circle is going to represent a carbon atom. The red circles on either side represent the hydrogen atom. When they are connected together, it creates a carbon-hydrogen bond. All biological molecules have to have this. This is also known as C-H bond, in case you want to shorten it instead of saying carbon-hydrogen. All right, so the next thing that we have up here, before we go over those biological molecules, we have to talk about the levels of organization in an organism, going from the smallest unit into an organism, which is what I am, an organism. So the smallest unit that we have is an atom. An atom can be something like an element. So carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, these are all atoms. When we put these together and bond them together, they make a molecule. When we put several molecules together, like carbon dioxide, H2O, or water, they will make up an organelle. Organelles are small parts that make up a cell. If we have the same cells, so a bunch of skin cells, that will make a skin tissue. When we put different tissues together, it will make an organ, something like your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your large intestine. Okay, after we have our organs, we have certain organs that work together to create an organ system, like the digestive system, the cardiovascular system, etc. Putting all that together, it makes an organism. All right, so those are the levels of organization. Now we get to the good stuff. So all living organisms have the presence of these four biological molecules. We also call these macromolecules, also known as polymers. Remember, that word poly right here, poly means many. So what this means is these biological molecules are chains of polymers. Again, poly means many. So we have four different biological molecules that you need to be aware of: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. The letters that you see beside each biological molecule are the different elements that make up that molecule. So carbohydrates contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. This is really important in a 1:2:1 ratio. That means for every one carbon, we have two hydrogen and one oxygen. That is how